Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, me and Cardi B do not normally go head to head and agree on anything. I normally do not agree with her. Despite how I feel about a person, if somebody is speaking facts, they are speaking facts. A lot of people, they try to disregard the message because of the messenger. If they are speaking facts, they speaking facts. And in this situation, Cardi B was talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine and the difference of a snitch and a law-abiding citizen. Now, when Cardi speaks, when she tries to formulate her sentences, it kind of isn't the most articulate sentence structure, so sometimes it's kind of hard to get what she's saying, but she said 100% facts, and I am going to definitely give her credit in speaking up about this and trying to draw a conclusion or draw a distinction of the two different things. A lot of people that I see around social media, they're like, oh, I'm not going down. If it was me, I would snitch too. Most of you guys who are saying that are law-abiding citizens who are not in gangs. If you are in a gang and you signed up to be in said gang and you participated in gang activity, you caused havoc against people, you don't get to then turn around because you got caught up and then try to bring everybody else down with you. People who ain't done him wrong, people who he telling all the street code, he telling everything, and that right there is not gangsta. I mean, after all, he was never really a gangsta. But before I give you guys a full insight into like what he has testified and what he has said and all of that, I'm going to first play this video of Cardi B telling you the distinction between a law-abiding citizen and somebody who signs up to be in a gang, because a lot of you guys who are law-abiding citizens are confusing the two. If I don't harm nobody, I'm not causing no harm, and you violate me, you damn right I'm going to tell on your ass, and that's what it is. But if you are a thug, you know what the rules are, and you can't break those rules when you find it to be convenient. That's just not how it goes. But let me pull up this video and share it with you guys, and I'm going to, play it at the same time and, get into it. So this was captured by Trend Intelligence, and let's get into it.
Let me tell you something. When I see people post something up about people that be snitching, people be in the comments like, oh, if I was to get this and that time, I'll snitch too. I'll snitch too. I'll snitch too. And this is my thing, right?
She's speaking facts.
When it comes to people like be like, oh, you a snitch. Robbie, stop interrupting my life. Babe, can you call Robbie and tell him that I'm on live? Babe? He interrupted my life. All right, so let me tell you something. When there's like, when you are just a regular pedestrian, when you like a regular person in life, and you in a situation like, you probably were in the street and somebody robbed you, or like somebody's abusing you, or some fuck shit happened. We don't tell people like, oh, don't go to the police, oh, don't snitch, don't that. If you're a regular person, I don't know, you do what you do. But if you are in the streets, if you commit yourself to the streets, right? If you commit yourself to the streets, if you are in the streets, there's an oath that you take. There's rules in the streets. You're not gonna be selling drugs. You're not gonna be committing crimes, and the crimes that you commit are street crimes. And then when you get locked up, you're going to snitch. It doesn't work like that. Like you have you have an option in life to be good or bad. You have an option in life. You have an option. You don't have to be in the streets. You don't have to gang bang. You don't gotta be gang related. Being gang related is never forced. You choose to be in a gang. You choose to be in a gang. You choose to be in the streets. You choose to deal with somebody.
Okay, so that's the only part that I disagree with her on. However, Tekashi chose to be in a gang. Tekashi chose to be in a gang. He chose to be in the streets. However, everybody who is affiliated in a gang does not choose, quote unquote, to be in that gang like that. A lot of it sometimes, well, at least in California where I live, I know where there are real gangs, real thugs. I see a lot of imitation on the internet. A lot of people who think stuff is gangster that's not gangster. So I get how you guys get it confused. Now, out here in California, most of the gang members are people who are products of that environment, meaning they were born, raised, and affiliated with that neighborhood because that is their hood. That is the hood. That is where they were raised. That is where they went to school. That is their environment. And a lot of the times there are some people who are affiliated based on where they were born, and they were born up into something that they were not necessarily voluntarily put themselves in or whatever. Like if you are raised in the projects and you associate with these people, you get entangled with these people. However, now when it comes to Tekashi, he chose this. So when she's saying you choose it, Tekashi chose it. Everybody don't choose it. Some people are born into it or whatever. Tekashi, however, he chose it. So when he made that choice, then he has to accept the consequences that comes along with said choice. Now, let me finish letting her finish, but I just wanted to point out that part. She's speaking facts as to when you choose something, when you choose to be in a gang, but not everybody chooses that life. However, with Tekashi, he himself, he chose that life. If y'all get my drift.
There's probably selling some choose that. So if you choose that, you know you know that you might have a chance of getting arrested. And if you're doing something that you might have a chance of getting arrested, if you know that when you get arrested, you're going to snitch, then you shouldn't fucking do it in the motherfucking first place.
Right.
Every gang has one rule: no snitching. Any gang. The streets have a rule that is not written, it's just known: no snitching. So if you commit yourself to the streets, of course snitching is wrong, and you will suffer repercussions when you get arrested, when you get locked up for snitching, because you had a choice. You ain't had to be in a gang. You ain't had to do streets activities. You don't have to be in the streets.
Right, you don't. And
but
he
when you
chose
choose
this
that
life.
When you choose that lifestyle, you need to know the rules and you need to follow those rules. When people be like, oh, we hate snitches, fuck snitches, snitches is bitches, this and that, I don't think they talking about regular pedestrians. They're not talking about
she
regular
don't mean
people.
pedestrians,
They're
but
not,
she mean
they
regular
live
people,
a regular
civilians.
life. We're talking about niggas and bitches that want to be in the fucking streets, and when shit get hot, their fucking feet turn cold. But don't be in the fucking streets. Period. Don't be in the streets. And that's why I hate when people be snitching and people be under the comments like, I would have snitched, I would have this, I would have that. No, you shouldn't have done it.
Right.
You shouldn't have, niggas shouldn't have done it. Niggas shouldn't have motherfucking put themselves in a lifestyle that they know that if they get caught, they will snitch because they can fucking handle shit. You got a choice. Nobody tells you or force you to do fuck shit. Nobody forced you to be in the streets. Nobody forced you for none of that. That's why it's a motherfucking problem when niggas snitch. People ain't expecting a fucking teacher to, if God forbid they put themselves through something, not to say nothing. People don't expect fucking a regular person, if they go through a dilemma, not, give a report or anything, shit like that happens. But if you a person and you from the streets and you chose the street life, You already know the codes. So if you know the type of situation that the streets gonna put you in, and if you get locked up and you snitching, you shouldn't be in the fucking streets. And that's why we don't feel fucking bad for snitches, because you had that choice from the beginning.
Okay, so as you see that is what Cardi B said. And in the comments, a lot of people were saying, oh, who is she to talk? She was drugging and robbing men. And, you know, who is she to talk when she did this with the strippers? A lot of people do not comprehend certain steps. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that Cardi B does. I don't agree with her drugging and robbing men. But her drugging and robbing men and her having an altercation with a stripper, it has nothing to do with snitching. It's two totally different things. Now, if I commit a crime myself, only me, I'm the only one who commits that crime, I am allowed to hire an attorney for myself. That's not snitching if you are defending yourself. Snitching is when you commit a crime with a group of people, and because you got caught, you tell on everybody else. That's the difference. A lot of people was like, who is she to talk? Who is she to that? What she said is facts. Now, I don't agree with a lot of stuff that she does, and a lot of people just don't like who the message came from. But if she's speaking facts, I'm a real one. I can say, hey, it is what it is. She's spoken facts. I give credit when it's due. And if you on some fuck shit, I'll tell you you on some fuck shit. But right there, I feel like she was speaking facts. If you are not built for street life, do not get involved in street life. And I'm talking about the people who wait till they're an adult, like Tekashi, to then suddenly want to join in a gang. In the court transcripts, they wanted to know when it was that Tekashi decided to join in with the 9 Trey gangs. He joined into this gang in 2017 as an adult. He was not born into this. He was not raised into this. He was not bred into this. He made the choice. If you are not built for the life, do not get yourself involved in the life, because once you get involved, then yes, there is a code. A lot of people also, I've seen in the comments when Meek Mill had made a post about him being a snitch. And a lot of people brung up how Meek Mill was fighting his case against his probation officer. That has nothing to do with snitching. Meek Mill went to jail and was facing a lot of time for a violation for popping a wheelie in a motorcycle. Now, if I do the time, which he did the time for his crime, and then you put me on probation and you try to violate me for every little thing, even if it's not wreaking havoc and engaging in gang activity, then yes, I'm going to fight for my rights, which he did as he should. That has nothing to do with snitching. A lot of people, they keep mixing up certain things, fighting a court case and being a snitch. It's not the same. If you get a violation on probation for popping a wheelie, you are well within your right to fight for your rights. That's not telling on a whole gang. Meek Mill didn't get caught for popping a wheelie and then in turn tell on everybody who ain't got nothing to do with it so that he can get himself out of it. He stuck himself in the trenches. He went face to face with them. His freedom was tampered with. He went and he fought for justice. That's two totally different things. Why are we mixing things in with snitching that is not the same? That's not the same. Him fighting for his case for popping a wheelie is not the same as somebody who participates in selling drugs, participates in robberies, participates in gang affiliations, participates in ordering a hit out on somebody. Then you get caught, so then you want to tell on Billy, Bob, and the whole crew. That's not the same as you having a violation for popping a wheelie and fighting your case. I don't know where the comprehension bus stopped for a lot of people on the internet, but a lot of people, I just be reading through the comments and I'm just like, are you dumb? Like, I be wanting to cue up the Remy Ma soundbite, are you dumb? for a lot of people. Now, I don't feel like Tekashi 69 is a victim. He put himself in a very unfortunate situation. There was several people who warned him. There was several people who tried to get through to him. A lot of people made jokes of Charlemagne. They tried to make it out like he was being jealous of him because he warned him that his behavior would trick him up off the streets, and he can choose not to troll, not to tell people to test his gangster. He can choose to just put out good music and fall back on the image that was clearly not him. A lot of people tried to warn him. He continued to want to troll. He continued to want to involve himself, continued to do robberies. He did a robbery, recorded it, sent the robbery to somebody. They posted it on the internet, incriminated himself, put himself on the scene of a lot of crimes, recorded himself ordering a hit out on somebody. And now, because somebody tried to fuck him up, oh, he's the victim. Oh, I would tell too. No, he knew what he was getting himself into.
So again, I say that to say I agree with Cardi B in what she said. He made the choice. Everybody doesn't make the choice to be in a gang. Like I said in the beginning, some people are raised into it, born into it, and some people are passed down. It's like families, you know, the whole block, they all in the same hood, whatever. He himself, he chose this. So for him to choose this, then I feel like he should man up and face the consequences. The only person that I actually feel sorry for in this situation is his family, who has to face the music if a gang that he is now snitching on wants to retaliate and do something to them. Now, being that this is a highly publicized case and being that, you know, it's all over the blogs, I mean, it would be wise for any gang member to stay away from his family because, of course, they are looking and inching to catch any and everybody that they can. So I think that it probably will be a little bit calm, but that's not to say that nothing will happen in the future on retaliation. Some people wait 10 years, 15 years to finally get revenge. You know what I mean? Like, I watch all kind of movies where they'll wait till stuff die down and then they'll retaliate or whatever, and they'll take out family members after the heat is gone. So the only people that I feel sorry for is his actual family, who he should have been thinking of before he decided to want to be a fake gangster. He chose to get them to give him street cred. He chose to go from making rock music to then making rap music and trying to culturally appropriate. So I don't feel sorry for him at all. I've been covering this since last year. I called out 6ix9ine and everything that I perceived was going to happen with him. I called it last year. And I have several videos on him before he even got picked up by the feds. I was doing several videos like, yo, this ain't cool. Why are people championing this? You know, why is he trolling around the thing? Like, this isn't safe. People are looking up to this. There were several kids, you know, thinking that this behavior is cool. So in all, I think the takeaway should be, if you are not about that life, if you are not within the streets, you see what can happen to you, because a lot of people are parading and saying, oh, I was snitched too. And they are dismissing the actual consequences of snitching and dismissing it like it's something that's cool. But in actuality, you know, he's pretty much, to me, a dead man walking. And so I feel like people should look at this and see what can happen to them. Hey, maybe I shouldn't troll, or maybe I shouldn't look up to this as an example, because look how things are unfolding and unraveling for him, you know. But then you will still have that idiot who says, well, he'll still get off and he'll still make music and they'll still aspire to do the dumb shit that he do. But for those of you guys with common sense, take this as a lesson that if you ain't about that life, stay away from it. You have choices. I have a family who is affiliated, and I made the choice to be a law-abiding citizen. Everybody has choices to make. You know what I mean? So make the right one. You know you ain't about that life. Stay away from the streets, period. And that's what he should have done. So the only people that I feel sorry for or feel some type of compassion for is his daughter and his family, that lives are in jeopardy, you know, because they are at risk for somebody to retaliate at any moment once the heat dies down. Once the government uses him up to testify to get however many people they want to ring up in this whole racketeering thing, then his family will be left in the woods for the wolves. And that's who I truly feel sorry for. But yeah, so I was kind of shocked to actually have a video where I actually agree with Cardi B. That's kind of ironic and funny, but hey, it happens, it happens. I'm currently working on a full breakdown video. There's a lot of people who don't understand the origin of certain things, and they don't understand the full picture of what's going on. So I'm going to do as much of a full breakdown as possible. I already broke down this case in November, but there has been new information that came out, new stuff that's coming out and things like that. So I'm going to do an updated breakdown for you guys. I'm currently working on that. So stay tuned and stand by for that video.
So, I want to know what you guys think about it. Let's talk about it down below. What do you guys think about this whole situation with Tekashi 6ix9ine? What do you guys think about what's going on around the internet? I want to know how you guys feel down below. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. But in order to do that, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button right now. Don't wait. Do it right now. All right, guys.